So I wanted to make a quick off-the-cuff video on some thoughts I've had recently. Ever since Roe v. Wade got overturned, thank God, there's been a lot of people saying things like, we need to remove religion from politics, and whatever happened to separation of church and state, and blah, blah, blah. And that's all satanic silly goose nonsense. And the people that are saying things like separation of church and state don't even know what that means. They think it's like some tenet of our Constitution or founding documents or something. It is not in any of those. If you care about the Constitution still for some reason, separation of church and state is not even mentioned in the Constitution or the Declaration of Independence or any other type of governing documents. The idea of separation of church and state originated from a letter that Thomas Jefferson was writing a Baptist community, because that Baptist community was worried that their state, which was ran by some other cringe Protestant denomination, they were worried that they were going to oppress their worship or something like that. And Thomas Jefferson basically used that term separation of church and state so that the state would not interfere with their worship. So first of all, the idea of separation of church and state has no bounds in the government or anything like that, but the original intention of it was so that the state wouldn't interfere with worship, not that worship wouldn't interfere with the state. Secondly, this idea that we need to remove religion from all politics is completely satanic, because politics without religion is absolutely meaningless. Because what are politics? Politics are the policies enacted to govern society. And if your ideology is not rooted on objective morality from God, because that's the only source of objective morality, then those policies become subject to individual opinion or the consensus of popular opinion. And morality is not subjective, and it doesn't change with whatever is popular. Right is right and wrong is wrong, regardless of how many people disagree. So if you were just allowing your personal feelings to dictate policies and what is right or wrong, then that just devolves into complete chaos. And you cannot have a prosperous and functioning society. What we need to do is completely remove secularism from politics. That's what we need. The only political discussion should be, what is the best way to push the temporal world towards God's will? That is it. And we need to just completely get rid of this secularist idea. And if your political ideology is not rooted in God, then by default, your political ideology is Satanism. So yeah, that's basically all I wanted to say. Anybody who is saying that separation of church and state is awesome or something like that is just complete nonsense. And actually, if you're Catholic, which you should be first and foremost, I wanted to let you guys know that in at least 3 magisterial documents, it has been condemned, including the Syllabus of Errors, Quanta Cora, and a couple of more by, I think, Pope Pius X. And Quanta Cora, Immortality Day, the Syllabus of Errors, and a couple by Pope Pius X. So if you are Catholic, you are in an erroneous position if you support the separation of church and state. So yeah, that's basically what I wanted to say. Thanks for watching. God bless.